Maybe now something's gonna work. That was annoying. So I will wait for the live hypes. And I'm seeing the exited host mode
I can't even
message.
Oh my god.
Not this
She's
again.
beautiful, frankly.
There we go. Okay, so there's a hype of liveness. Yeah, for some reason it says I have exited host mode on the chat window over here, whatever's going on. And I was able to actually unmute and remute the commercial, and hey, it went quiet. So yeah, when I got everything restarted again, Origin said, "Hey, I'm going to update now." So there's a Mr. Bad Mech. I'm sure a Josh ought to be here soon. And if I recall correctly, Rock Pants already told us she wasn't going to be here tonight, which is fine. So let me say hi, Rock Pants. I assume you're watching this at some point later. So let's get started. Turn this up a little bit. Ah, that's not what I wanted. I think I've hit all of these. Yes. Oh. Okay. I will investigate this and get lots and lots of fuel. And I'll leave that other patch of fuel sitting there. Let's see what else I can find. I think I'm caught up on all of these, making sure they're at 100%. Exodus Cluster I know isn't quite there. Apian Crest I know isn't quite there. Those are both... oh, here's this tiny bit of fuel you haven't picked up, so I'm not too worried about it. So I'll head out for the far rim so I can go speak with the Quarians. You know, my girlfriend's Quarian. I don't know if I've mentioned that.
Commander Shepard, a pleasure to see you again, though I wish it were under better circumstances.
I had hoped for your support in the fight against the Reapers. What's going on?
17 days ago, with precision strikes on 4 Geth systems, the Quarians initiated the war to retake our homeworld.
Which was a clear violation of our agreement with the Council to avoid provoking the Geth.
A treaty violation is nothing compared to recovering our homeworld and advanced AI technology.
You're throwing yourselves at the Geth? Again?
And this time, we may have destroyed our people for good.
We'd driven the Geth back to the home system, but this signal began broadcasting to all Geth ships.
Absolutely, she knows.
Under Reaper control, the Geth are significantly more effective. Our fleet is pinned in the home system. If we're going to win,
Win? You insisted on involving the civilian ships, Admiral Gerrel. We need to retreat or we'll lose the live ships.
Where's the signal coming from?
Here, a Geth dreadnought. It can outgun anything we've got, and it's heavily defended.
The Normandy
Looks like a
stealth
giant
drive
bug.
can get us in undetected. I could board, then disable the Reaper command signal.
Yes, cutting off the signal should throw the Geth into complete disarray.
And while they're confused, you get to a mass relay and retreat.
Good. Our civilian ships have seen too much fighting already. Are you certain you can disable the signal?
We'll get
Have
you
you
out
met
of there
me?
safely, Admiral.
Our newest Admiral has also volunteered to offer technical expertise.
Shepard.
Tally. Admirals, I'll ready a team to hit that dreadnought.
Thank you, Commander.
Admiral, huh? Means my girlfriend outranks me now.
It's mostly a formality. I'm an expert on the Geth.
That you are.
I'm glad you're here.
I'm going to pause here for a second. Okay, you just reminded me of the absolutely surreal day I had yesterday. So first thing in the morning, I read this tweet from Captain Daff. He had basically tweeted out something that J.K. Rowling had said about, you know, these men who were supporting the statements that Trump made actually think they're helping. And, you know, I'm in the same boat. I understand exactly what she's saying, and I said, you know, basically, real men would never say the things that he did there. You know, only insecure little boys. And of course, I just replied. J.K. Rowling retweeted that. My phone exploded for the entire morning because I don't have notifications turned off. Last time I looked, it had been looked at by 245,000 people. When I'm used to having an audience of like 3 to 5. That was a weird day. It was an interesting day. An interesting weird, but weird. Anyway, let me get back to the game.
Why didn't you tell me? I would have helped.
Thanks, but I knew you had your own problems. I'm sorry about Earth. We've got the largest fleet in the galaxy. If you can help us, we'll hit the Reapers with everything we've got. Or however much is left from this stupid war.
I thought you'd support the invasion.
No. After talking to Legion, I thought maybe there was a chance for peace.
So why help them?
I'm an admiral. People
Actually,
look
I
to me
did.
for guidance. Public disagreement would divide the fleet.
But, Liz Lemon is now hosting me. I did, but that was, you know, she had said something about, you know, the rise of the American oligarchy or whatever, and all I did was tweet a link to a study that came out a year or two ago from Princeton that said, yep.
And what about us? Would us being together divide the fleet?
No. Well, possibly. I don't know. But right now, I've got civilian ships taking fire. Can we keep this quiet, at least in front of the admirals?
Sure thing. Miss Vas Normandy.
Thank you. If you want to talk in private, maybe you could invite me up to your cabin?
Maybe I could.
And for the record, still totally worth it.
And I'm now hosted by Mr. Badmag. Okay, so Tali wants to meet me in my quarters. Let's go see about that.
Tali, I'm free if you'd like to come up.
I'll just be a moment. Thanks for asking me up. I couldn't talk freely in front of Ron.
You okay?
No, I'm really not. 17 million lives are riding on me, and I don't know if I can save them.
Hey, you're not alone.
This was supposed to be my father's fight, but he left me with all of this. If they die because of me, if I don't...
We'll get them out of there safely, Tali.
I couldn't do this without you, Shepard. I feel like I'm bluffing, trying to convince them that the Admiral's daughter knows what she's doing.
Not the Admiral's daughter. The Admiral.
I know. And at least now, I can push back against the worst ideas. That's why I accepted the position. And because of you.
Me?
When they offered me this position, I asked myself what you'd do. I thought you'd take the chance to make things better. You've given up so much, stood for too long without allies. I didn't want you to do this alone. So, if you're ever lonely, just let me know.
Tali, nothing between us has changed. Unless you want it to.
Tequila, Shepard. I'm not going to beg, but I didn't come up here just to see the fish.
No, you came up here because I asked you to. I want you here. With me.
Over there, in that bed. Sorry.
Okay.
Woohoo! Okay, so let's start out by going ahead and hitting that Geth Dreadnought. Which is right here. And we're docking. I'm going to bring Edie with this one. You'll see why. Okay, much as I love my Cerberus Harrier, obviously we're going up against Geth, so that requires something a little more special. The anti-synthetic rifle. Believe it or not, the scope kind of sucks on it, so... Yeah, I don't need to make it heavier when I'm trying to make it lighter. Yeah, I think increased ammo. I've still got that. Thinking maybe I'll even try the Rieger carbine, which I never play with. Again, since I'm going up against synthetics. That's right. You know it. I guess capacity on this too. What the hell? Yes, yes, Josh. And this was named after Adam Baldwin's character. So, you know. Much as I love the Carnifex, I'm going to go ahead and hold it out so that I get my recharge speed back up. And Tally, you can take the Rieger carbine as well. Because, you know, why the hell not? Lighten that up. And let's see. Let's give her the Scorpion. Why not? As soon as we get into the mission, she's gonna give me another weapon to give her anyway, so. And Edie, she's using the Geth Plasma SMG anyway. That's good enough. 6, huh? I could consider putting in a different ammo for something. I don't know why. I don't really need to add in another biotic power, so yeah, what the hell. They're not gonna freeze crap. Edie, I can't bump anything up. And Tally, you've got all these points to spend. Okay, first, max out the combat drone. Damage and shields. Or it explodes. Damage and shields. So, Josh, do you usually like to do the rockets for the long range? Or the chain lightning for the close range but multiple targets? What do you like? Damage and shields. Kind of keeps it around. Yeah, you know, I go back and forth between the two. So there you go. You called it. Make her a little healthier. Put up her defense drone. The longer duration. Increase its damage and range. And up to 2 extra targets. And sabotage. Sabotage. Okay, we're good. Here's a cool little space battle.
We're approaching the Quarian home system. ETA to Rannoch, 5 minutes.
What have you got from the comm buoys?
Pretty much a big old shitstorm, Commander.
I have detected several hundred unique ship signatures engaged in active combat.
Yeah, like I said.
Take us in, Joker.
Like he said.
Stealth drive engaged. Only way they'll detect us is if you all start singing the Russian national anthem.
You've seen too many movies.
My cyber warfare suite has accessed their docking protocols.
That was close. That is one big-ass ship.
All right. Once we're aboard, we find whatever's broadcasting the Reaper signal and shut it down. Tally's our expert on Geth software. She'll be handling hacking and security.
Your expertise with the Geth is a welcome addition, Tally.
Edie, so... a body?
It has proven useful. I hope it doesn't cause you concern.
Not unless you go crazy and decide to overthrow the humans.
If I decide to overthrow the humans, you will be the first to know.
Shepard, there's a problem. All tubes except one are physically secured.
I'm standing next to you.
Pretty torn up, though.
Too risky for the whole team. I'll secure the docking area. Everyone else can follow me over.
Roger that, Commander. We'll just stay here. You know, quietly.
Hang tight. It'll just be a minute.
I don't think they're all civilian ships. Remember, all of their fleets are engaged, so that includes the civilians, but is not limited to. Now this is an interesting little sequence, but it is annoying after you've done it 3 or 4 times. Let's hear it for magnetic boots.
Tally, you're gonna like the view.
Better than a vid?
Much.
That's fine, Jonathan. We will take no offense. I mean, hell, I'm not all that interesting a streamer anyway. I just sit here and play the game, mostly. Mostly. They mostly come at night. I'm going to get in here and get a good screenshot. If I can get that light dimmed. There. See if maybe that'll be my thumbnail for the video. So, Mark, did you get all caught up on what you missed with the bonus stream on Friday?
How are you doing, Shepard?
The lack of gravity is a little disorienting.
The Dreadnought has artificial gravity. You should be okay once you're on board.
Until then, I'll make do with mag boots.
Hey, take your time, Commander. We're fine until they, look out a window.
Geth don't use windows, remember? Structural weakness.
Like the Geth are just sitting there saying, those organics would never try the no windows thing twice.
That was close.
Looks like the rest of the team isn't using the docking tube.
So I'm guessing you'd rather not solo the Dreadnought.
Not if I can help it. Ask Tally to get on the Dreadnought schematics. If she can point me at another docking tube, I'll override the controls and let the boarding party on. I've got gravity again.
Great. I'm looking for... Got it. There should be a hull breach not far from your position. The nearest undamaged docking tube is on the other side.
Okay, let me turn on my new ammo power. There. Yeah. There we go. Fire and ice. This
I think I found that hull breach you mentioned.
Admiral Geralt tried a frontal assault. We lost 6 frigates. That tiny hull was the only damage we did.
I wouldn't call it tiny.
I
Not the way
would.
you'd have done it.
No,
I would.
It was too aggressive. I argued, but as Admiral of the Heavy Fleet, it was ultimately his decision.
What about the other admirals?
Zen backed the invasion, largely as a chance to test her toys. Braun gave provisional support. Only Chorus opposed the war with me, and he was right. We could lose the whole fleet, Shepard.
We'll get your people out of here safely.
Yeah, this rifle's pretty cool. Pretty serious. Yeah, the schematics update really well. Wow. Those shots just keep going. I hate when that happens.
I found another airlock. I think we're good to go.
Great. If you override the controls, we'll be right there.
I was wondering who you were talking to with Mary. Okay, let's get up there.
Got it. You're clear to board.
Thank you, Shepard. I will try to find a more convenient docking point next time.
Next time?
Thank you for having me over.
Well, I don't actually know where I'm going.
I'll see what I can do. In the meantime, take a look at this. There, it's open. We're clear to go.
Looks impressive.
It's Admiral Zen's design. It transmits an energy pulse on contact that disrupts shields.
So where are we headed?
Yeah.
We're looking for an operations center. I can disable the Reaper command signal from there.
Where's the closest one?
Past their defense network and through a sensor cluster. Oh, vents. Always the vents.
You did fine at the collector base.
I got set on fire!
Still, you did fine.
Guardian anti-fighter lasers. I believe the Dreadnought's using ultraviolet frequencies instead of the standard infrared.
Expensive. Bet it gives them an edge in close combat, though.
When the fleet rushed the Dreadnought, those lasers carved right through our ships.
You okay?
I will be. Thanks.
It's kind of warm down there. Some kind of heat sink operation there. Take a look at this.
Watch out! Geth incoming!
Then Geth outgoing. Well, I gotta put some people's powers up here and stuff. You can manage your own defense drone. Put your combat drone up here. And I think sabotage. And then let Edie give me the overload. The incinerate. In the meantime, Tali, go ahead and put up the combat drone.
More Geth forces incoming.
I don't hear an alarm.
They're Geth! They sent alerts to every unit on this ship! We need to get to the operations center before they box us in!
Too far. Reload this. Making sure I'm not missing anything I need to pick up. And we're saving, and we're picking up ammo. I do like the heat shimmer they have on there. Just adds that little touch.
The Geth lack self-preservation instincts.
Network intelligence! As we kill them, their attacks become more aggressive!
You have engaged the Geth previously, Shepard. Tactical advice?
Disable their shields.
Then take them down before they get shot!
Tactical advice? Shoot them! Shoot them now! Oh. They put mines on their own ship. I guess they can. They know where to step and where not to step. Give me some data. Some more data.
Look, the signal's hitting all Geth processes. The Reapers have them completely under control.
Its structure is amazingly complex. It is unsurprising that the Quarians have been unable to disrupt it. We may be able to extract combat data from these sensor panels.
We're taking heavy losses. The Geth have a planetary defense cannon. It's ripping through our fleet.
I won't let you down, Tali. Why do we need to find the operations center? Wouldn't any access console do?
Unlikely. Consoles like this are accessing programs being used by hundreds of Geth simultaneously. They are all networked cooperatively. To disable the Reaper's signal from here, you would need to override all the Geth.
Do you ever wish you were like them? Networked?
No. I enjoy the freedom of intelligence without requiring consensus.
You don't feel lonely, being the only AI on the Normandy?
I have the opportunity to socialize with the crew. And I do so for curiosity or pleasure, not out of cognitive necessity, as the Geth do.
Geth pulse rifle.
The Dreadnought Operations Center is just ahead.
Good. Let's get the Reaper signal and get the fleet out of here.
The hunters are moving in!
We must find the remaining hunters.
That's the last of them. Let's see if that console is operational.
Guess I found the remaining hunters. Ah. I almost stepped in that. I don't want to see the dog that poops mines.
Damn it! They've locked down the Reaper signal. We can't shut it down from here in the Operations Center. There! The Reaper signal's coming from the drive core.
So if we get there, we shut it down?
Right, but how do we get there? The Geth have sealed emergency bulkheads to block us off. We need a route to the drive core that can't be blocked. A path that runs the length of the ship.
What about the main battery? It runs right by the drive core.
That could work.
But
The Geth still have us locked in here. We need to get these doors open. They've locked high-level processes. We need something basic. A ship-wide emergency. Like a fire.
what about the heat diffusion system?
Wait, if I faked a thermal warning, it would open all maintenance tubes for emergency venting.
Would that override the lockdown?
Yes. Okay, I've got it primed. But be ready. I'm reading hostile Geth on the other side of the doors.
Don't mind me, Edie.
Geth are dropping from the ceiling.
There could be smoke hunters as well.
Geth reinforcements have arrived.
Come on, get over there. There we go. Splat.
Let's get to the maintenance shaft before more reinforcements arrive.
Look at how much data the Dreadnought central processor is handling.
Their threaded processing is remarkably effective. I would not be able to handle that much data alone.
No, really, I said save. Maybe it won't let me save here. Oh, I should probably heal up.
This ship design is almost Quarian, but not quite. It's meant for synthetics, not organics.
Intriguing. I found the geometric shapes intuitive and comfortable. I assumed you all felt the same. I can detect the faint presence of Geth intelligences. Those not loaded into mobile platforms serving the ship itself.
For all our cybernetic upgrades, I'll never understand integrating that completely into a system.
Shouldn't be too much farther to the main battery.
I appreciate what you're doing here, Shepard.
Well, I care deeply about the Quarian people.
It's good to be back on the Normandy.
Let me know if it's too quiet for you to sleep, and I'll find you someplace louder.
You do not need to be circumspect. I am aware that you and Tali became physically intimate during the fight against the Collectors.
Thank you, Edie.
And that's why I bring Edie. That whole little exchange there. Thank you, Edie. Get off the stupid ladder.
Damn it. Priority message. A planetary defense cannon just took down Admiral Chorus's ship.
Survivors?
They got to escape pods, and I've got Admiral Ron trying to establish a secure link.
Put her through.
Shepard, this is Ron. The heavy fleet is collapsing. I don't know how much longer we can hold out.
We'll have the Reaper signal deactivated shortly, Admiral.
If you manage to not keep Tali alive in Mass Effect 2, then you do this mission with Admiral Zen. But she doesn't participate in the team, she just comes around stealth, meaning anytime that you see Tali access a console or whatever, Zen just kind of shows up, okay, I'm here to do your thing, and she does the thing, and then you move on. Yeah. Oh yeah, this section I need ranged weapons. Long-range weapons. Well, you know when you play a couple dozen times, you experiment, see what else you can come up with.
They are also overhead.
Come on.
We need to shut it down!
There should be a maintenance lock near the battery itself.
Eat me. Ow! Yeah, like I don't see you. There's something I need to do up here, but I guess not. I guess it's over there. Here, let me hit this button. But I have to put away the gun before I hit this one button.
The main gun is offline.
And that is a mess behind me. I need to clean that up.
As long as the maintenance lock is in place. Let's move.
Yeah,
Shepard, the lock.
because I'd want to ever go through this.
Excellent timing.
Watch your shield. Stick to cover.
Yes, dear. Ow. Ow. What are you shooting at? I lob a grenade. Here, let's go through here. Where Edie is. Oh, suddenly she's there. Nothing to grab there. Whoa, I keep running into walls. Know it.
Hang on.
I'm all right.
Fortunately, those Geth gave up after firing a single rocket. Because that made
I
sense.
thought I'd lost you.
You were worried?
You bet I was. You dying because the Geth overrode my hack? Think of my reputation.
Yeah, you were worried.
And come on, the drive core shouldn't be far.
So after we get this mission done and have the little interlude stuff, then I think I'll go ahead and start the Leviathan DLC. I know Josh has been waiting for that.
That's definitely Reaper tech. But what's...
Shepard Commander, help us.
Legion.
I am pleased we have the chance to free you from confinement.
Shepard, wait. The Geth are being controlled by the Reaper signal.
Right. This thing.
So for all we know, Legion is with them. Maybe it sided with the Reapers voluntarily. Or maybe it's hacked.
Legion helped us fight the Reapers before. There's no way it would have agreed to this.
Your caution is understandable. Once freed, we will submit to any restraints you deem necessary.
That is extremely reasonable, Legion.
Greetings, Edie. We did not expect you to gain license to operate a personal unit.
I never thought I'd say this, but it's good to see you again.
Likewise, Creator Zora.
So what is this thing?
It uses our networking architecture to broadcast the old machine command signal to all Geth simultaneously.
Then getting you out of there will shut off the Reaper signal.
Wait, you cannot simply remove the restraints. We are secured via hardware blocks nearby that shackle our operating protocols.
I am familiar with the concept.
The AI shackle Cerberus used to keep you under control.
Yes. Used by organics, it is understandable. For Geth to install this in a formally independent unit is unnecessary.
The hardware blocks are on the far side of the room.
Far side of the room, you said?
We'll take care.
Yes, deactivation should be simple. The Geth protected them against viral attack, not physical removal.
How'd the Reapers get control of the Geth?
They did not. The Creators attacked. The Geth wished to live. The old machines extended an offer.
So we went to that Geth station and rewrote the heretics for what? Nothing?
No, you successfully rewrote the heretics. The decision to ally with the old machines was difficult. Had the creators not attacked, it would have been unnecessary.
We'll have you out of there soon.
The Geth only allied with Reapers for self-preservation.
Nothing excuses an alliance with the Reapers. They
Where
could
are
have
you
found
going,
another
Telly?
way.
The Geth are ostracized by all organic races. They had no other choice except to die.
Damn it! I begged them to negotiate rather than attack. I did.
Let's just get Legion out of there.
Yeah, I have to walk another 4 feet.
Got it.
Talizora to fleet. The signal is about to go offline.
This is Admiral Hangel. We're in your debt.
Hardware blocks offline. We are free.
Sneezy.
Kila.
As a gesture of cooperation, we have disabled the Dreadnought's drive core. All weapons and barriers are offline.
This poor Sneezy cat.
Alert! Geth reinforcements incoming!
Hold on, cat. I have to fight off the Geth, okay? Oh, that's a prime.
The Geth fleet is destabilized.
Watch out, that's a
Signal
front.
is offline. Civilian fleet, prepare to withdraw. The patrol fleet will cover you once the heavy fleet is in position. Whenever you're ready, Admiral Girl.
The Quarian fleet now has the advantage. Combat drone closing. It's placing a turret.
Admiral Girl, what were you doing?
Ron, check your screens. The Dreadnought is helpless. No barriers, and the main gun is offline.
Ah,
We can remove their flagship.
hit the wrong button.
Damn it! This is our chance to withdraw the civilian fleet safely.
What are you talking about? We're still on board.
We can't waste this chance. Heavy fleet, all forward. Take out the Dreadnought.
Patrol fleet, hold position.
You do that, the heavy fleet gets wiped out. And if we die, simple retreat won't save you from the Geth response.
Come on. Ah. Hang on, hang on.
Admiral Girl, what are you doing?
Ron, check your screens. The Dreadnought is helpless. No barriers, and the main gun is offline. We can remove their flagship if we strike now.
Damn it! This is our chance to withdraw the civilian fleet safely.
What are you talking about? We're still on board.
We can't waste this chance. Heavy fleet, all forward. Take out the Dreadnought.
Patrol fleet, hold position.
You do that, the heavy fleet gets wiped out. And if we die, simple retreat won't save you from the Geth response.
Damn you, girl.
Damn it, what are they doing?
Focus on the Geth. We'll worry about the Admirals later.
That's what I thought. Yeah, it happens.
Patrol fleet, flanking support on the heavy fleet. Give them a firing lane.
All ships, open fire.
Commander, the Creator fleet is firing upon this vessel.
Really?
Without barriers, this ship will be destroyed. We must evacuate.
We need to get to the escape pods.
Geth transmit intelligences via remote signal. We do not use escape pods.
Suggestions?
Geth fighters are docked in a portside fighter bay. We can pilot a fighter to safety.
Okay, let's do that. Ah. Whoa.
Shepard to fleet. Hold fire. I repeat, hold fire.
They're not responding.
Damn it.
Shepard Commander, we have taken control of docking protocols.
We'll be right there.
Ow.
Shepard Commander, we can only launch from the upper level.
Let's go. Shepard, the door.
Double time, people.
Hurry. We're losing the environmental field.
We'll make it.
Normandy to Shepard, reading a loss of gravity. You okay over there?
No.
Fine. We're leaving in a Geth fighter. Transmitting rendezvous coordinates.
Does the storage compartment have adequate room, Shepard Commander?
We're fine. Go.
Just waggle the wings or something so I know which one is you.
You know, I was on that a few seconds ago. Jerks. That kind of pisses me off.
They fired on the Dreadnought while you were on board?
They were supposed to pull their fleet out safely. Instead,
I know. Admiral Garrow's been causing trouble along the Turian border for years. But I can understand their desperation. We only lost Earth a few weeks back.
we haven't lost Earth yet.
We need help, Shepard. We need a fleet. And the Quarians have the biggest one out there.
I'll get it, Admiral.
Oh, for someone else's dead body.
Your unilateral strike endangered us all. I should charge you with treason.
I was within my authority as Admiral of the Heavy Fleet.
And what of Shepard? And Talizora?
They escaped unharmed. Shepard, the mission parameters changed. You're military. You understand that.
I understand that you wasted your chance to withdraw safely.
The Dreadnought was a
Admiral, you jeopardized your mission and your people. Get the hell off my ship.
Shepard, I understand you're angry.
If I didn't need your fleet...
He nearly got us killed, Ron.
You must understand. The Geth inflicted heavy casualties before you disabled the Reaper signal.
You said they have a planetary defense cannon?
Had. Admiral Koris sacrificed his own ship to destroy it. He crash-landed on the home world.
The Normandy can assist with rescue efforts.
Thank you, Commander.
You know, someday when
I think the worst is over.
we're done with the Leviathan
Geth no longer
DLC.
possess the programming upgrades they had while enslaved by the Reapers.
Shepard Commander, we are prepared to offer assistance.
What the hell is this?
Wait. Everybody calm down. Its name is Legion. It helped me destroy the Collectors. The Reapers were using Legion like a signal booster to broadcast commands from the Dreadnought. We freed him.
We freed it.
This is a fascinating prototype. With some study, I may be able to use it to find a weakness in the Geth consensus.
Legion helped me in the fight against the Collectors.
So did your pistol. Should I worry about that?
I don't think you want to continue this line of thought, Admiral. Legion is my friend. More importantly, it's our best source of information on the Geth.
The scientific benefits.
Are off the table.
What can you tell us about the Geth? How will they react without Reaper guidance?
This is a false assumption. You have cut off long-range control, but the old machines placed a base on Rannoch for short-range direction.
The Geth still have Reaper upgrades?
Correct. They are currently disorganized, but once the short-range signal is in place, they will recover.
Kila, I need to warn the fleet. Then, coordinate with Geralt. Move!
We need to take out the Reaper base. Where's it located?
Unknown.
Find it.
Understood. We do know the location of a server from which Geth fighter squadrons are controlled. The squadrons are targeting Creator live ships. Disabling them will limit casualties. We offer assistance.
Thanks. Edie, can you clean this up?
I will try.
This is the Kodesh. We've lost barriers. Our comm system is jammed. Can anyone hear this?
Ron, the Kanesh is getting swarmed by Geth fighters.
Damn it. Interceptors, divert to the Ganesh. Thank you, Commander. If you hadn't enhanced that signal, we'd have lost the ship.
Thank you, Commander. If you hadn't clicked on two things, we'd have lost that ship. That's... I don't even know why they put that in there. That's goofy.
Shepard, Commander.
How is it being back with the fleet?
Right now, it's exhausting. I'm an admiral in the middle of a war. I just want us to get out of this alive. Everything else can wait.
When this is over, I could use your help.
I can't, Shepard. If we survive this, we'll have a homeworld. My people need me.
You could help your people's homeworld by fighting the Reapers.
I'd like to. Believe me. But my people need me here.
Talk to you later, Tali.
Sure.
Sure. Whatever. Let's go talk to Legion. If I can get off this rail.
Shepard Commander, you opposed Creator Admiral Zen's attempt to confiscate our platform.
She's done enough already.
Your assistance continues to be noted.
You say Geth fighters are targeting the Quarians' live ships?
Hostile Geth fighter squadrons intend to breach the live ship's defenses. The assigned squadrons are networked to a server on Rannoch. If the live ships are damaged, the Creators will lose armaments, provisions, people.
So we destroy the server?
No, Geth programs would transfer to alternate servers. They are only vulnerable through direct interface. Removing Geth from this server will prevent significant Creator deaths. We will accompany you on this mission.
Back on the Dreadnought, you mentioned Geth heretics. What exactly happened to them after we blew up that satellite?
Rewriting the heretics increased the number of Geth allied with the old machines. This has resulted in a greater number of hostile Geth platforms.
So you're saying it was a mistake?
It has put us at a tactical disadvantage. This was not a foreseen outcome, but we cannot change a decision once it is made. Do you harbor regrets about rewriting the heretics?
The Quarians hit first. If we get rid of the Reaper signal, maybe this war doesn't have to end with everyone destroyed.
An interesting notion. Most organics would not hold on to ideals of peace for so long.
What did you do after you left the Normandy?
Our physical platform returned to the Geth consensus beyond the Perseus Veil. Data gathered during our mission confirmed that the old machine's return was imminent. We planned for war.
So the Geth believed your proof that the Reapers were coming back?
Of course.
That must have been nice. We'll talk later.
We will remain here.
This seems like such an odd place to go ahead and break for the DLC, because we've got a guy who's stranded on Rannoch that we need to go get, and we've got fighters that are attacking live ships that we need to go take out the server. You know, all this stuff is going on.
Commander, we've got reports of trouble at a Turian fuel depot on Sion. I've updated the galaxy map.
Not to mention that mission just now coming up. And now Miranda wants me to go talk to her on the Citadel. Let me go do this mission on Sion real quick. And then since I have to go to the Citadel to start the Leviathan DLC, I'll see what Miranda wants to talk about. Where's Scion? It's right there. The Celian Nebula. Anything else there? Oh, there's a lot of stuff in the Celian Nebula. It looks like it's not unlocked yet, but there's a lot of stuff there. Is there anything else in Kiplodon? Yeah. Not there. Only here.
Signal confirmed.
This little... What on the mission? Yeah, it's I like to bring Tali. I like to bring. I'll put it this way. I like to bring the romantic interest on the last mission of the Leviathan stuff. So technically, I don't have to do, you know, all the Leviathan stuff right now. It's just I like to be sure to bring along one of those when it gets to that one. Now, Legion's not actually anybody I can add here, so let me bring my old duo. Okay, I'm not facing synthetics now, so I'll switch back to my regular stuff. Now the Wraith is this way. Back to my Carnifex. Whoop, whoop, whoop. There we go. Ooh, I can do something with my cryo ammo. Squad gains gain cryo ammo. Squad keeps. Pardon me while I remember how to speak. Apparently I need to do this one instead. Garrus, we haven't brought you along in a while, it looks like. Increase that to an additional target. Power damage. James, you haven't been along in a while either. Okay, frag grenade. Give me 2 more of those. Not too worried about that. Pump up your protection. Okay. Josh, you remember this mission in the multiplayer?
Sorry, fuel depot went offline. Scans of the station are cold. It's deserted.
What happened to the troop station there?
Unknown, but no fuel means no fleet presence in this theater. The enemy will operate unchecked. I need you to get in there, find out what's going on, and get those reactors back online. Captain Riley's on site doing preliminary recon. She leads one of our top engineering teams.
We'll get to the bottom of this, Admiral.
Good, hack it out.
Commander, Corporal Nyrek reporting. Captain Riley is on point waiting for you.
Okay, let's hand out the stuff. Wait, I don't need that. I need that. Turn that on. A little bit of that over there. Turn that on. Turn that on. Give me a little bit of that. Man, these icons are so small on this 4K monitor. And we're saving. We'll pick up this chest piece. There's Riley.
We need a radiation workaround, soldier.
Captain Riley?
Commander, it's an honor.
Commander, Captain Riley has me scanning the facility. It's a dual reactor system, so you'll have to break up into 2 teams.
Roger that.
The
fuel rods for both reactors need to be unlocked before we can initiate a restart. Your route is blocked. Captain Riley's man is working to clear the obstacles.
Understood, Lieutenant. Got it, Captain.
Good work, Coslow.
I'll take it from here. Ready your team to hit Reactor 2, Captain.
Got it. We'll cover you till you're clear.
Team 2 moving out, Commander.
Good luck, Captain.
There were 100 Turians stationed here. Now, nothing.
Yeah, I feel like we're being watched.
Just stay sharp, people.
Just playing the push the buttons game. Some spare parts. Yeah, going down there is bad. Okay.
I have a visual on the fuel rod control, but radiation is blocking access.
Same situation here. I'll find a way to vent the area. This looks like ventilation control.
Should do the trick.
Radiation clearing. Console now accessible.
Let's unlock those fuel rods.
Yeah, I like this mission okay in the multiplayer. On the single player, it's somewhat less amusing.
Power is restored. System ready.
Fuel rods unlocked here. Wait a minute.
Commander, Captain, tracking movement in your areas.
Defensive positions. Enemy inbound.
We're ready for them.
Come on, get over there. Oh, they're still over there,
Riley,
Okay, not
status.
anymore.
One casualty, but we're clear here.
Warning. Coolant leaks detected. Reactors 1 and 2. System restart impossible.
I can see it. You'll both have to seal all the moderator tanks.
I see the reactor 2 tanks moving to seal.
Tank 1 is sealed and stable.
Patching seems to be working. Only one more to go here.
Same here.
Tank 2 is sealed and stable.
Commander, the core is stabilized. Reactivation can go ahead.
Riley, you in position?
Affirmative. Awaiting your word.
Making sure I pick up all the stuff. Okay, here's my
Initiating
word.
restart.
Commander, Captain, I'm reading a lot of movement. Headed your way.
Incoming!
In progress.
Lock and load!
They're coming in from above!
See, Josh, I still don't know why you don't like this pistol.
Commander, we're being overrun! Position indefensible! We're not gonna make it!
Hold tight. One of my people is coming.
Roger that!
Garrus, I'm counting on you. On my way.
Can't raise Captain Riley.
What about Garrus?
Nothing, Commander. No one's answering my hails. But I'm tracking some movement toward the pickup point. Find where's the restart, then we can run over there.
Will do.
Ah, would you quit? Go that way. A lot of running and screaming. They were running and screaming from you and your friends?
Reactor fully powered and operational, Commander.
A treatment plan for chemical burns. This is pretty detailed.
Oh, everyone's back here.
Commander, you saved our asses. My team is in your debt.
I could swear you said, I don't like the Carnifex. I
Job
could
well done.
swear you said
Report
that.
back to the shuttles.
Maybe I'm wrong. I'm willing to be wrong.
Good work down there, Shepard. Without that depot, the entire theater would be at risk.
What are the odds the Reapers will be back?
I'm allocating a task force to maintain and defend the facility. If the Reapers come back, we'll be ready. I read Captain Riley's report. It says she and her team wouldn't have made it without you.
I'm glad I could help.
I'll keep you posted on new developments. Hack it out.
Okay, your people can just suffer for a while. I'm going back to the Citadel.
My old sergeant told me that Cerberus started out as an Alliance Black Op.
Black Ops always go bad. If you have to deny the action, it was a crappy action.
Firebase Hydra. I don't... Off the top of my head, I don't remember it. I mean, I do remember a couple of them that were not... that aren't in the single-player game at all. Okay, let's go see what Miranda wants real quick. I think she wanted me to go... Yeah.
You're cleared to dock, Normandy.
To
Do you
the,
need ground transport?
Commons.
I need a cab to the Presidium.
It'll be there momentarily.
She is at 2. Okay, yeah, this is it. Corian Connolly?
I got your message.
Is that like a Billy Connolly?
Is this about your sister?
Shepard, I need access to Alliance resources. I can't say any more. You'll just have to trust me.
You'll have your access, Miranda, but I don't like the sound of this.
I know, and thank you. It means a lot.
That's not the only thing you wanted to talk about, is it?
No. I need to tell you something. Confess, really. It's been eating away at me.
Confess?
When I headed the Lazarus Project to rebuild you, I wanted to implant a control chip in you as a safeguard. But the elusive man stopped me.
I understand why you wanted to. I was a complete unknown.
I've never had to deal with that many black boxes on a project.
A Corian Cannoli.
Why bring that up now?
I fought against my father and his need to run every aspect of my life. He wanted total control over me, right down to my bloody DNA. After I got out of there, I couldn't stand by and let it happen to my sister. I risked my life to get her away from all that. Yet I didn't give a second thought to destroying your free will when I had the power.
This is what's been bothering you?
Yes.
Miranda, I lost 2 years of my life. You gave me back the rest of it. You could have changed me in 1,000 different ways, but you didn't. I don't know how, but you brought me back.
Thanks. But with so much being uncertain, I just wanted you to know I always regretted wanting that chip.
You can't keep beating yourself up over the past.
I usually don't. But this was important.
Some things you just don't have control over.
Guess my fancy genetics can't help me there.
No.
So if you have a romantic relationship with Miranda, you get to,
I hate to say it, but I should get moving.
There's a bed right over
Thanks
there.
for understanding, Shepard.
Of course. And Miranda, this thing you have to do. Good luck.
Don't worry, Shepard. I always have a plan.
Yes, you do. Okay. And instead of doing Leviathan, I think I'm just going to stop here. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Let's see, I need one of those cab consoles. I don't think there's one up here. I know there's one over by the nightclub.
Spectre status recognized. One moment, please. Now arriving at Ward level Purgatory.
Oh, I haven't talked to Cortez in the bar yet. Let me go do that.
We're here to help you have the best short-wave travel.
The Alliance is bringing medical supplies.
Shepard, you made it. Come have a drink with me.
He's a little more chipper.
You're looking happy?
You had it right. Yesterday can't change. Tomorrow, we might all be dead. Today is what matters. I'm not wasting it.
I wouldn't have thought a club would be to your tastes.
You don't have to get all hot and bothered to appreciate graceful dancing. There's an energy here. There's light. And some of the eye candy in the crowd isn't too shabby either.
You'll note one of the options is, I'm eye candy too. No. No.
The eye candy on the stage is fine by me.
Good. I sure don't need you as competition. Here.
To you, Steve.
And to you, Shepard. A good friend when I needed one most. Thank you. For everything.
Okay. So what's always going on at 2 a.m. that the dog starts barking? Okay, here we go. Beginning the Leviathan DLC. I like this one.
I want you to match this against all known locations and update the map. Then contact the field teams for a progress report.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Commander Shepard. We've been expecting you. Just a moment. And Hadley, could you gather the Leviathan data for us? Apologies, Commander. The rest of my team is out investigating leads right now. I'm Dr. Garrett Bryson, and this is Task Force Aurora.
What's your assignment?
Our mandate is to investigate legends, rumors, old stories about the Reapers before anyone knew they existed.
That's an interesting goal. But is anyone doubting the Reapers exist these days?
The Alliance is still desperate for intelligence. Reaper motives, their operational tactics. Anything that can give us an edge.
And how did you wind up in charge?
When the rest of the galaxy says something doesn't exist, I take that as a chance to prove that it does.
So you're in it for the challenge?
For the truth. Even as late as 2148, humanity still thought aliens were a myth. That was within my lifetime. Once that myth was proven to be reality, our entire history changed.
Reapers were part of that reality too.
But even they have a history, Commander. If we could just uncover it, there may be a weakness we can exploit.
Could have used your help 3 years ago.
Yes. If people had paid more attention to your Prothean beacon, we might not be in this war. But now with new information we've uncovered, a breakthrough's near. Hadley, do you have the data?
No!
This is Commander Shepard. I need C-Sec at my location, now!
You shouldn't be here. The darkness can't be breached.
The what?
Transit records show his name is Derek Hadley. He's worked here for a couple months.
Shepard, I monitored a C-Sec alert from this location. Were you harmed?
I'm fine. But I could use your help sorting this out, Edie. Take a look through their files. I need to know what this task force was up to.
At once.
What? What's happening?
You tell me.
I was gathering our data when you arrived, and then it was dark. Cold. Like I was someplace else.
And then?
I don't know! A gun was in my hand. Dr. Bryson, there was a loud noise.
That was you shooting him.
I didn't do it. It wasn't me. You have to believe that.
So someone else pulled that trigger?
But I would never do that!
Commander, this does resemble reports of indoctrination.
Indoctrination? Me?
What about that Leviathan Bryson mentioned? How does that tie in?
It's some kind of creature. Our field teams have been tracking it. That artifact came in from our researcher, Garneau. He sent an audio log if you wanna...
What's wrong?
Turn back.
What are you talking about?
The darkness cannot be breached.
Damn it. Get him over to the clinic. See if they can tell us what's wrong with him.
Yes, sir.
Commander, you'll want to see this. It's an outgoing message from Dr. Bryson to Admiral Hackett.
Dr. Bryson, you have an update?
Admiral, the Leviathan of Dis that we've been investigating, I think we're really onto something.
Give me the brief.
About 20 years ago, the Batarians discovered a Reaper corpse that had died in battle. They covered it up and denied it ever existed. But I'm intrigued by the larger implication.
What could have killed the Reaper in the first place?
Exactly. That's the real Leviathan.
It's worth pursuing. Continue your investigation and update me on the progress.
There is also a follow-up message from a few weeks later.
Admiral, the Reapers are shadowing my field teams as if they're hunting Leviathan themselves. Whatever it is, I believe Leviathan is nothing less than a Reaper killer. Almost an apex predator, and it has them nervous. If we could just find it, imagine the impact on the war. I'm formally requesting assistance in tracking it down.
You'll have it. This is now your top priority, Doctor. Find that thing.
It appears we were meant to be that assistance.
Anything capable of killing a Reaper could do a lot of collateral damage.
Yet given the state of this conflict, I believe the saying, "The enemy of my enemy is my friend," may be relevant.
But we won't know unless we can find it.
Bryson's assistant did say they recently received a log from their field researcher. It may yield more information.
This must be the artifact the assistant mentioned. And here's the log.
Dr. Bryson, it's Garneau. I'm sending you an artifact I found. About the only thing I found there, in fact. Maybe it's nothing, but I'd swear Leviathan came through here. I'm gonna crunch some numbers. Burn up the rest of this Project Travel allowance. Maybe I can project our Reaper killer's movements. I'll check in when I get to the next site.
Garneau appears to be our best lead to track Leviathan, but he does not state a destination.
Let's focus on what he does say then.
He mentioned extrapolating Leviathan's path.
And crunching numbers. He wasn't flying blind. He had data.
A significant amount of data, judging by this office.
So how do we narrow it down?
Bryson and his colleagues evidently used a galaxy map search program in their hunt for Leviathan. It may help us locate Garneau.
Does this tell us where Garneau went?
No. But we may be able to narrow down his location if we find clues he was using in his search for Leviathan.
Search the lab for clues. Yeah, that's not creepy. Lots of stuff in this lab.
These are all murders in which the accused lacked a known motive and claimed memory loss.
Just like Bryson's assistant. You think Garneau was following a trail of blackout crimes?
It is possible. We need to find data matching dates and locations for crimes of this nature.
Here's the time and date chart for the crimes. Can you filter for murders where the killer claimed memory loss?
Adding the search filter, you may examine the results on the Galaxy Map program.
Got more lab, though.
Sir, this is Bryson. We know the Reapers are after Leviathan. Studying Reaper hunting patterns could be vital to finding it.
That data is classified top secret, Dr. Bryson. If it falls into the wrong hands...
It won't. The data's encrypted. I'll keep the decryption key safe. Close to my heart.
Close to his heart. What the hell does that mean?
The Reaper fleet activity is encrypted, per Bryson's statement in the log.
He said he was keeping the decryption key close to his heart.
This looks like a piece of Sovereign.
Sovereign. Vanguard of our destruction. How's that working out for you, big guy?
March 7th, 2186. I'm looking at the Rachni. Their movements during the Rachni Wars suggest alien influence. But the timing is wrong. And Rachni weren't implanted with Reaper tech. What if Leviathan was preparing the Rachni to fight the Reapers?
What do you think, Edie?
It is possible that Bryson's team is using ancient Rachni fleet activity to find Leviathan. If we can find data on the movement of ancient Rachni ships, it may help us narrow our search. Those appear to be sightings of ships that match Rachni signatures.
Can you add a cross-reference for locations of sightings?
Adding this search filter to the Galaxy Map.
By Anne Bryson. Age 9.
Records indicate Anne is now 28. She works for the Alliance.
Bryson was keeping the encryption key close to his heart. What's closer than family?
An interesting hypothesis. But I detect no trace of the decryption key in this... art.
Big dinosaur.
Loch Ness Monster?
Plesiosaur.
Loch Ness Monster's more interesting.
Interesting and non-existent.
Pick that up. Something about the Thorian.
Bryson was tracking unexplained creature sightings.
The photographs have a trace chemical residue. It may be visible under another light source.
That's cool.
Bryson was not merely tracking sightings. He was attempting to extrapolate a course.
And Garneau could have been following that course. Edie, can you add a search filter for systems along that projected path?
Adding the search filter now.
Meteorite fragment, maybe?
He was studying it as an object of importance. We should look more closely at a sample.
Meteorite sample. With traces of element 0. Would Leviathan need ESO?
While it is not consumed as fuel during FTL travel, element 0 will decay after several centuries of active use. If Leviathan is old enough, it would need to replenish its supplies.
Okay. Can you give me a search filter for locations with element 0?
Adding it now.
Let's step outside. Because I think there's something to pick up out here. Yep, there it is. I think there's one over here. And We haven't quite been everywhere yet, because there's a set of stairs over there at the far end. Actually, there's a bathroom here, too. A lot of reading material by the toilet. Edie, don't follow me into the bathroom, it's creepy. Ah, his personal quarters.
Dr. Bryson, per your request, I'm clearing Task Force Aurora for intercepted Batarian communications regarding the Leviathan of Dis.
Commander, the Dreadnought is in custody, but the Solarians may have surveillance footage. Our ambassador will issue a full denial. Give me your preliminary analysis. Several million years old at least, and its technology outstrips anything on the Council. Excellent. Our scientists will work day and night to bring its secrets to the hegemony. One concern, Commander. The real Leviathan of Dis, the thing that destroyed the ship, is still out there, unaccounted for. Irrelevant. The ship is our priority. And as far as the rest of the galaxy is concerned, there is no Leviathan of Dis. There never was.
One little thing over here.
Another piece of Anne Bryson's childhood art.
Wait a minute. Well, take a look at that.
I can use these numbers to construct a decryption key.
All right, let's get back to the data pad we found earlier.
Hey, it's Methodiel. This is the part where I could take the easy path since you set it up for me and say something like, speaking of creepy, but I won't actually say that. I'll just say that I could have said that. Poking the head again. Okay, so here are my different filters. Oh, wait, I think I have to go back and hit this data again with the key. Yeah, I have to hit this again.
Decryption complete. Analyzing data. These movements do not match the standard invasion pattern. The Reapers are searching for something.
And I'll bet Garneau used this intel. Can you make a search filter for it?
Doing so now.
Because I know that one has to be in there.
Reaper activity?
Based on the search results, Garneau is in one of these 5 systems. I have marked the Normandy map with possible locations. We can leave now, unless you wish to further narrow the search.
Element zero
I don't remember.
deposits.
I don't remember which other ones I have to have.
3 possibilities.
Creature
Alien
sightings?
sightings.
I don't think it was that.
We have a match, marking the galaxy map.
Good. Let's go find Garneau.
Return to the Normandy. Let's go hit this place. Is there other stuff I need to look at in the Calliston Rift? Could be. Yes. North-northeast of Star, 4th ring. North-northeast of Star, 4th ring. There it is. Okay. Zanzibar. And Mojave. Which is there.
We have located Garneau.
Here we go. Let's see who to bring. Let's bring Caden and Tally. Go. Now Tally can get that arc pistol, which was this way. I mean, you know, it's the pistol of her people, so why not? Confirm that. That a little bit. Tally's got some more stuff. Okay.
We're about 5 minutes out, Commander.
What exactly is on this asteroid?
Mining facility. TGS Mineral Works. Small operation. Could be a good place for Leviathan to hide.
We've all read Edie's notes on Bryson's lab. Any questions?
Do we know anything more about the Leviathan?
Not really. We only know it killed a Reaper.
And Garneau was looking for it. He's the one we're after.
Right. If we find Garneau, we find Leviathan.
Good.
The doctor was right. Anything powerful enough to kill a Reaper needs to be investigated. I just hope Garneau has the answers we need.
I'm reading Reaper enemy signatures in the asteroid field.
Bryson said they were shadowing his field teams. If they're after Leviathan too, Reapers are a good sign.
That's not something you hear every day.
Take us in. Don't go anywhere, Cortez. We'll grab this guy and be right out. Keep me updated on the Reaper situation.
Yeah. Yes, Commander.
So, let's see what we can find out here. If it wasn't quite so bright, it'd be a pretty cool little screenshot. Uh-oh, Reapers.
Scouting party.
A really nasty one by the sound of it.
Yes, and there's a second one.
Let's get Garneau before the Sirius troops arrive.
This must be terrifying for these people.
You'd think so. 2 brutes, and oh, let's get up there before the real troops show up. Yeah, those little impact effects, yeah.
Welcome to TGS Mineral Works. All guests need to sign in.
Yeah, no, right?
They seem awfully calm.
Well, that raid is at level 5, and I do have incendiary ammo in it. Let's go talk to them.
I'm Commander Shepard of the Alliance. You just had Reaper troops attacking your front door.
Are they still there?
I've taken care of them for now.
I see. That will be all.
That will be... Hello?
Yes. Welcome to TGS Mineral Works. How can we help you? Yes. For the tour. Please sign in.
You don't seem worried about those Reapers. You know something I don't?
TGS Mineral Works is a small to mid-level supplier of tungsten to the galaxy.
That's not what I meant.
Are you familiar with the applications of tungsten?
I'm looking for a researcher named Dr. Garneau. He would have arrived within the last couple weeks. If he's still here, I need to speak to him.
We have no Dr. Garneau. Do you need to see a doctor?
How about I just go in and look around?
No. The access elevator is broken. And now, we're done. Step away. Step away. You don't belong here.
Something's wrong with them. Come on.
Let's look around. Careful.
Yeah, carefully. I did tell you guys that this is actually a pretty creepy expansion.
This is so strange. Gotta fix that elevator.
Repair terminal activated.
I'll set the drone to repair the elevator, but we have to stay with it.
Repairs initiated.
Right there. Garneau, Alex. Within the last 7 days. Come on, let's take this elevator.
The security log for the elevator said Garneau was here in the last week. Why would they lie about that?
No idea. Let's hope we don't have to look too far.
After comparing the stomach contents of Varen from 8 different regions, we must reevaluate our current understanding of their feeding practices. What kind of a mining facility is this?
This is a restricted area. Personnel ID number is required.
I don't have that.
Access denied.
Have you seen Dr. Garneau?
You shouldn't be here. Evolutionary implications of human biotics. That's odd.
Is it just me? And no one here seems focused on mining.
Turn back. You shouldn't be here.
Note to staff. This new crossbreed appears harmless and would be inconspicuous in an office environment. However, it's exceedingly dangerous. Use extreme caution when working with all third-generation plants.
Even estimating 60 days for complete global starvation. That's the merciful route.
Absolutely. That's the data to use.
The terrain pain threshold before psychosis is too high.
What pain stimuli is applied more quickly?
Interesting. We should look into that.
No, we shouldn't. Can't get in there.
This is a restricted security terminal. A level 5 passcode is required for access.
I don't have one.
Access denied.
Let's see if we can break in here.
Turn back. You don't belong here.
Yeah, I'm getting that feeling.
Due to an increase in electrical storm activity, communications with the Beta Site research team have been delayed. We ask all those awaiting data to please be patient. Current forecasts indicate the storms will dissipate by the end of the week. Regular communications will resume at this time. What's this?
Attention. Comm system is offline. This message was not sent.
Bryson, it's Garno. I've had to go into hiding, and I need you to come get me. I found another one of those artifacts here. More important than we realized. It's in the mines. Here's the nav point. That's where I'll be. If something happens, I'm attaching a passcode that I hacked together. It'll open any security terminal. Bryson, something is very wrong here. Please hurry. Garno out.
So, he's still here. Do we have that passcode hack?
Yes, we just need to enter it at the security terminal.
Good thing I saw a security terminal.
Punch in Garneau's terminal hack and see what it gets us.
Access granted.
A ship dropped him off a week ago.
It looks like he had full access at one point before going into hiding.
Unknown male was involved in an altercation in the mines.
Garneau was heading to the mines.
Looks like he was taken to the med bay.
You are in the mineral lab, a low security, all access area. The med bay is restricted to authorized personnel with active patient file numbers.
I've got the file number.
Let's go get Garneau.
Yeah, let's go get him. Looks like he could use some rescuing. Medical bay, transit station. Datapad.
Personnel ID.
This is a restricted area. An active patient file number is required.
File 7364.
Access granted.
Medikit. Is that him? Seems awfully dark in there.
Is that Garneau?
Sure as hell hope not.
If you are looking for Garneau, you have found him. I am Dr. Garneau.
I'm Commander Shepard of the Alliance. Are you all right?
Yes. Only I'm trapped in here.
What's been going on in this place?
I was doing my research. Until the incident.
They attacked you.
It's true. But aside from my confinement, I'm fine.
Bryson's research led me to you.
Bryson sent you?
He's dead, Doctor. Killed by his assistant.
I see.
I need you to tell me everything you found on the Leviathan. Bryson seemed to think it killed a Reaper.
It's a myth. A dead end.
Doctor, you mentioned an artifact in a vid call we found.
I did? No.
Yes, Doctor, you did. But now we've got Reaper forces attacking, so I need to break you out. We'll grab the artifact and go.
Reapers. The darkness must not be breached.
The darkness?
Why do you pursue me?
Doctor?
Leave the artifact. You will not take what is mine.
I don't think we're talking to Garneau.
You killed a Reaper. I need your help.
You bring only death.
That part still sends a shiver up my spine every time, even though I know exactly what's coming.
Someone cut the power.
How can they cut the power, man? They're animals.
There he goes.
Leave this place.
Wait! We need to get to that artifact before he does.
He said it was in the mines.
We'll need to find a different route.
Like this elevator. This ladder. This ladder.
Garneau's notes gave us a nav point for the artifact.
According to my map, there's a server at the next tram station.
Looks like we're not the only ones headed that way.
How come the Reapers are never going in the opposite direction?
Have fun with that. Who told you you could be alive?
There he goes.
Did you quit it? There.
Watch our flank!
Tally, you can't reach them from there.
There's the door.
Okay, let's find that artifact.
First, let's pick up this ammo. Okay, hit the door.
What was that?
Looks like the door's power supply has been cut.
I'm seeing the trouble spots out there. We could send this repair drone.
We'll need to escort it.
But it's damaged and running on reserve power.
Let's make it quick then. Repair done. One to go. Gotta hold on a little longer.
I'm working on it. Yeah, come here, little banshee.
Let's head back. Door should be online.
See, that last banshee's easy. Yeah, when you've got a Black Star device. No, it doesn't want to save. We're almost done for the night, guys, so don't worry, it's not going to go on for like another hour.
The darkness can't be breached.
That artifact, it's...
Like in Bryson's office. Move! I've got a shot!
Turn back.
Garneau!
Damn it.
Shepard, you need to see this.
What have you got?
That wasn't Garneau. This is. And it looks like he's been dead for a while.
Smells like it, too.
So, Leviathan can have Bryson killed, can take over this colony, and he can use them as puppets. Huh. Anything else useful?
Encrypted data and a personal log with 8 missed calls from a Dr. Anne Bryson.
Anne Bryson?
Who are you?
What are you doing here?
I'm Commander Shepard. Are you all right?
I think so. I feel strange, but all right.
Do you recognize this man?
I've never seen him before in my life.
Someone here killed him.
Someone here? How is that possible? I'm so sorry.
Can you tell me anything about what happened to you?
Not really. I remember... It just seemed cold. I remember a feeling... cold and dark.
If dark was a feeling, that's exactly what I felt.
That artifact, do you know where it came from?
Came out of the mine. Right.
Sounds like
Head
Steve
office was
Bloom.
supposed to send someone. That's about all I can...
Cortez, what's your situation? Can you bring the shuttle?
Affirmative. Strangest thing. A couple of minutes ago, the Reaper forces broke off and left.
Reaper. What's a Reaper?
What year do you think this is?
4.
2176.
2176 was 10 years ago.
What?
Let's arrange for these people to be evacuated into temporary quarantine.
That's a lot of time to lose. These people are in for a shock.
You've been zombie puppets for 10
Not only
years.
can Leviathan take down a Reaper, but it can indoctrinate people too.
Do you think it might be a Reaper?
If it is a Reaper, then I want to know what it's up to. How long has it been out here? More importantly, why? Edie, did we get anything from Garneau's notes?
Yes. They suggest that Garneau created a way to block the artifact's mind-affecting properties. The artifact seems to be the key.
Agreed. When I head back to Bryson's office, I want you there.
Yes, Commander.
I want to know just what the hell these artifacts really are and what they can do.
They're powerful and dangerous. That's for sure.
And we've got one sitting right in the middle of the Citadel.
Okay. That looks like a good place to stop. Obviously, I'm going to have to go back to Bryson's lab, and then we're going to go off on another little mission, and so on and so forth. So, there's actually 2 more missions to do in the Leviathan DLC. I don't think that really gives anything away very much. So yeah, Josh, you'll have to tell me what you think of it so far. I still can't believe you missed it, but, you know, hey, it's all good. It's all good. Anyway, next week I will pick up with the Leviathan DLC. Should not be any problem finishing that off, and then we can get back to helping the Quarians. I don't plan on any extra broadcasts this week. I only did the one last week because Friday night became available. Well, not that it became available. It was available with Liz being out of town, and therefore there being no Punchy. So other than that, it'll be next Monday. The next 2 Mondays should be no problem, and then after that, the 31st, of course, is Halloween, and I'm not going to be streaming Halloween night because, the boy and I go out and do the trick-or-treating thing. So we'll get in 2 more weeks this month. So here we are. It's our stopping point, and I'm creating a new save. And I will see you guys next week. Bye.